Good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the home weather office on this Thursday morning. It is now the 14th day of March 2024. This is the morning briefing coming to you from the home weather office. And as I look out the window of the home weather office, not a cloud to be found. It's a good looking day. And the other interesting thing about the home weather office is it's not windy. The trees aren't moving. Nothing's moving out there. And it's one of the interesting things about, well, my location, but a lot of locations that are on the east side of the valley or the lower foothills, kind of wind sheltered when we get one of these north wind events. So while we will be talking about wind, and it is windy in parts of the valley as well as in the high Sierra, there are a lot of areas that are a little wind sheltered when we get these north wind events. And it's interesting because when we get a north wind event, I get hardly any wind here at the home weather office. But when they get a south wind and southeast wind, I get a lot of wind. So it just depends on what your exposure is, especially for those in the foothills. There are a lot of areas in the foothills that are wind sheltered. But I'll talk about the wind we're going to be seeing today and how much longer this wind is going to stick around. But I want to start this morning with our water supply, because here we are getting into an extended period of dry weather, and we're in March, one of our more productive months for rain. And some people worry when we get into a period of dry weather and, we should be seeing rain. We need more rain. We need more snow, that sort of thing. Well, I want to assure you that we are going to have adequate, probably more than adequate water supply for this upcoming summer and fall season, because not only is the snowpack near average, and at this time of year having near average snowpack is great because they kind of use April 1st as a benchmark and we're almost there, but also it's not just the snowpack, but it's also the reservoirs. We still have a lot in the bank from what we had last year, and let me show you that. I'm going to show you a graphic that the DWR puts out every day. And as you can see, it says California major water supply reservoirs. So let's take a look at some of these at the top. Shasta, the biggest reservoir we have in the state, has about 4.5 million acre feet of capacity. Right now is at 85% of capacity, 114% of the average. But look at the total capacity here, 85%. So with the additional snowmelt that we'll see that one get full. And then Oroville, 85% as well. And they've been doing releases out of Oroville, trying to maintain it. Keep in mind, they don't want these reservoirs to be full until May, when we start getting the end of the rain season, because keep in mind that a lot of these are used for flood protection. So 85%, 85%, Folsom's at just 66%, but keep in mind that Folsom's pretty small, and that will be full. So for those of you that like to go boating on Folsom Lake during the summer, it's going to be another great year. Bullard's Bar also has about 1 million acre feet. That'll be full as we go through this year. New Melones holds, let me move this over so you can see New Melones. New Melones has 2.4 million acre feet of capacity. It's 84%. And this too will be near full, which is great. Don Pedro is at 83%. So as you can see, all of the reservoirs are in really good shape. And so we have, not only do we have the a good snowpack up around average for this time of year, which means that as we get into May, June, July, we'll have nice runoff coming down into the reservoirs, but the reservoirs will be full. So great water supply. So even though we go into a period of some dry weather, and it's been just kind of a so-so year for storms, not like the blockbuster year we had last year, a so-so year has been everything we've needed, and everything's worked out just fine. All right, let's talk a little bit about the wind. And for that, I'm going to show you a product I really like. I use in the office quite a bit, called CanSac, CANSAC. Let me see if I can move this just a little bit and make it a little bit better, easier to see, easier to navigate. All right. Unfortunately, the southern part of this is going to get cut off the way I've got to manipulate this. Yeah. All right. So this is a snapshot of the forecast for this morning, late this morning. And as you can see, we have these winds up here on the ridge tops coming down. We have the winds coming down through the valley. And you'll notice these areas along the east side of the valley and into the lower foothills where the winds are quite a bit lighter. Now, it's not going to be that way all the time. Like I said, this is this morning. I'll go ahead a couple of frames into the afternoon. All right, this is around, this is tonight, actually. So tonight, we still have that downslope wind. We have a north breeze in the valley. Now, as we go through the night tonight and during the day tomorrow, we'll likely see the winds fire up again, like right here. This is around 2 o'clock in the morning. It's indicating some pretty strong winds down to about 4,000 or 5,000 feet, as well as along the west side of the valley and parts of the mountainous areas of Napa County. And these areas in pink are winds that are up around 40 miles an hour. And these areas in here are winds that are up closer to 50 miles an hour. That would be in some of the mountainous terrain of Calaveras and Tuolumne County. And you can just see the winds come down this way, they come down this way, so it's kind of converging down on the valley floor. So this is 2 o'clock in the morning on Friday. Let's get into the daylight hours of Friday. This is 11 o'clock in the morning. Still windy in Napa County, Lake County, and it's that same north wind. But you'll notice that this is Sacramento County. You notice you go into the south, San Joaquin County, Stanislaus County, El Dorado, Amador, Calaveras, Tuolumne County, along Highway 49. Very little wind. But once again, a lot of winds up on the ridgetops that are probably going to be strong again. Seeing ridgetop winds this morning at Alpine Meadows gusting over 80. The anemometer at Kirkwood's been gusting over 100. Not sure if that's right, but that's what the anemometer is saying. This is Friday morning. Let's get into Friday afternoon. This is Friday around 5 o'clock. The wind's finally letting go. We still have an easterly flow here, and it's still breezy, but what you'll see is during the day Friday, the winds will be easing. And then for Saturday, I'll go to Saturday morning. This is Saturday around 8 a.m. The winds are flat. And actually during the day on Saturday, the wind will switch around direction. It won't be strong, but we'll actually get back to a onshore wind, a southwesterly wind. So what we're going to see here with the wind is it'll be gusty today, especially on the west side of the valley. Winds gusting 35 to 40, windy in the high Sierra up on the crests, breezy around Tahoe, but there will be a lot of areas in the foothills that won't be seeing all that wind. And some of that will carry up to about midday or early afternoon on Friday, but Friday afternoon and by Friday night, it's all gone. And for the weekend, we get the combination of sunshine, light winds, and mild temperatures. All right, let's take a look at the big picture and show you what's going to happen here over the next few days. So we'll go to the 500 millibar chart and go through the next few days. So here's the trough to our east and the big high moving in. We have been seeing, as predicted, the big snow in Colorado. I-70 is shut down, I believe, just to the west of Denver, and the snow is piling up in Denver. But this is that big low that still gives us that wind during the day on Friday, but it starts to fill in a little bit. It weakens a little bit as we head into the day on Saturday, and that's how our winds go flat. But this sort of a pattern here takes any systems off the Pacific, steers them to our north, and we stay dry. And as we get into the day on Sunday, Sunday should be a spectacular day for St. Patrick's Day. And this is Monday, really nice day. Now we're getting into next Wednesday. What we may see toward the end of next week are some weak systems coming our way. It'll cool the temperatures down from what we're going to be seeing over the weekend, but nothing too drastic. And while there may be some chances of showers in here, right now the models aren't depicting anything all that big. This is getting into Sunday the 24th. That might produce a little bit of rain, but the models are all indicating that that is going to be that's going to be on the light side. So the bottom line this morning is that we are going to be seeing the gusty wind again during the day today and for part of tomorrow. But by tomorrow evening, that wind should really go flat. Probably not a great couple of days for allergy sufferers, but looking ahead to the weekend, the weather looks spectacular. And we will be dry for, well, probably at least the next week, if not a little bit longer. But it's, as I showed you earlier with our water supply, it's nothing to fret about. It's one of those perfect times of the season when we can kind of enjoy the sunshine and not think in our heads, we really ought to be seeing some rain and snow. We'll get more before the season's done, but we can enjoy this nice little respite while we have it. So today is Thursday. That means there will be a Facebook chat tonight at 8 o'clock over on Facebook. Otherwise, I'll be in the studio tonight at 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, and 11. Make it a great day. I'll talk with you later.